She was screaming, not just singing, not humming along, not even belting like a fan who lost herself in the moment, but screaming like someone was trying to exorcise their pain through pure, unfiltered volume. And she did it for every single song. It was Post Malone's big-ass tour at the T-Mobile Arena in Seattle, and I had been looking forward to it for weeks. The music, the energy, the lights, the crowd. I'd paid for the full experience. Not a private concert. No, but not this either. Not this screeching voice behind me drowning out everything that made the night special. And for a while, I tried to let it go. I really did. But let me back up. The night had started off with excitement, humming in the air. The arena pulsed with anticipation. My seat gave me a perfect view. The crowd was buzzing, and I was ready to lose myself in the music like everyone else. Then, as the first few notes dropped, I heard her. A woman behind me, probably in her 30s or early 40s. She was on her feet the entire time. Not unusual. But from the moment the first track began, she unleashed a tidal wave of sound that wasn't music. It was noise. Not just volume, but tone. Or rather, lack of tone. She was completely tone deaf. Monotone yelling, masquerading as song. And she knew every word. Every single lyric. From verse to chorus to bridge and back again, she screamed along like her life depended on it. Like she was proving something. Not to the artist on stage, but maybe to herself. Maybe to all of us. And I gave her credit for that. Kind of. She clearly loved Post Malone. She clearly loved the music. But there was nothing else to hear. Not Post. Not Jelly Roll. Not even the crowd. Just her. It wasn't one song. It wasn't two. It was the entire concert. And it wasn't like I could just move. These were assigned seats. I was stuck in my spot, and everyone around her was too. The people in front of her glanced back. Some laughed awkwardly, others cringed. A few rolled their eyes, but no one said a word. So for nearly an hour, I tried to just take it, to absorb the sound, to tune her out, to remind myself that this was a concert, that maybe I was being uptight. But the more I tried to stay quiet, the more she filled every inch of space with her shouting. Eventually, I turned around. I didn't scream. I didn't curse. I said, calmly, but clearly, that I appreciated her enthusiasm. But I had paid good money to hear Post Malone and Jelly Roll sing. Not her. And maybe, just maybe, she could sing along in her head instead. You'd think I had slapped her. She exploded. She looked me dead in the eye and told me that she had spent over $500 on her tickets. That she was a single mother of three. That this was her one night out. That she deserved to do whatever she wanted. Because, and I quote, "Tonight is my night." And look, I get it. I really do. Parenting is hard. Being a single mom is even harder. And maybe this concert was something she'd saved for. Something she needed to feel alive again. But what about me? What about the rest of us? We paid too. We showed up too. Don't we deserve a night out without being sonically assaulted? So I dropped the hammer. I told her, bluntly, that she was completely tone deaf, that her voice was awful, that this wasn't karaoke or a shower, that it was torture for everyone within shouting distance. And yeah, I even said something else. I told her that if she really wanted to belt out every lyric with all the power of a freight train on fire, maybe next time she should bring a muzzle. Not to silence her joy, but to spare the rest of us the agony. It wasn't meant to be cruel, but it was. And the look on her face said it all. She didn't scream back this time. She didn't argue. She just stared at me like I'd ripped something sacred out of her chest. And I sat down, feeling nothing good. No victory, no peace. Just this hollow sense of having crossed some invisible line. Because here's the thing, concerts are messy. They're loud, chaotic, communal. You don't go for a flawless audio experience. You go for the energy, the moment, the crowd. But where's the line between enjoying yourself and stealing that joy from everyone else? Was she inconsiderate? Sure. Did she ruin songs I'd been waiting years to hear live? Definitely. But did she deserve to be humiliated? To be reduced to a punchline? That's the part I can't stop thinking about. Maybe she needed that night more than any of us knew. Maybe she sings like that because no one ever told her she couldn't. Maybe that wasn't about music at all. Maybe it was about feeling seen. And maybe I should have just let her have that. Or maybe not. Because I still can't get the ringing out of my ears. Or the gnawing feeling that I became the villain in someone else's story. So, am I the asshole? This story sits at the messy crossroads of boundaries and empathy, of noise and need, of joy and judgment. On one side, we have a man who just wanted to hear the music. On the other, a woman clinging to a night that might have felt like the only escape she had. Who's right? Who's wrong? Maybe both? Maybe neither. What's clear is this: we are all trying to be heard. Sometimes, we raise our voices so someone, anyone, will listen. And sometimes, we silence others because we've been silent for too long. But what if the real power lies in listening? What if we could pause for just one beat before speaking? What if we learned to tell the truth without tearing someone down? So here's the question we leave you with tonight. What do we owe each other in shared spaces? And more importantly, when we speak up, do we do it to fix something or just to win? Let us know what you think in the comments. This was AITA Stories. And remember, the truth isn't always comfortable, but neither is silence.